Hello everybody and welcome to our meeting, STEM in eTwinning project. It is a meeting for a newly appointed teacher in a program in Ducas and for eTwinners. And it is presented to you by two ladies, me and my friend Adriana Lefter. We are both eTwinning and Scientix ambassador, and I will let her introduce herself.
Hello everyone, my name is Adriana Lefter. I'm a primary school teacher in a small city in Romania, in the east part of Romania. And like Christina said, we are a eTwinning and Scientix ambassador, and I am very passionate with this STEM project. And now we start the presentation. For the beginning, I want to tell you something about Scientix. I think all of you heard about Scientix, and I want to tell you that every day we can learn more and more about Scientix because we discover many things on this platform and many resources. This is the Community for Science Education in Europe from Science Teachers. And Scientix is supervised by European Schoolnet and is coordinated by the Central Bureau Scientix and had the office and office supported in Scientix National Contact Points. So in each country we have Scientix contact point. Scientix is organized around 6 major sections. Home, that is for dissemination of information or of projects. A section about conference, where you can find information about Scientix conferences, and the next one will be in May. Scientix Live, support for webinars, training events. Another section is project, online spaces for meeting and debate. Observatory Scientix, where you can find articles and download them and read them, and National Contact Point. Here is the link of the platform where you can enter, register, and find all these fantastic things. Why Scientix? Because in our hands, teachers, we are teachers, all person that meet in this evening, we are teachers, and we have in our hands the next generation that will grow up next years. This generation that in 2 years become doctors, engineers, researchers, architects, astronomers, pharmacists, teachers, will work in IT, or will become oceanographers. All these careers have something to do with STEM. If we don't grow up them using this methodology, they aren't able to integrate correctly in the future, because we have to connect them to reality, because this is STEM, the connection to reality. A good section of Scientix is the resources. I use this section starting from last year, when we start a project that I will present you in few moments, and I find here very interesting things. Resources are all free and come from science education projects. They even they don't are in your language. You can request a translation. This service is free, and or be translated, they have to be uh, eligible for this service, to be part of teaching materials, to have license to allow modification and derivative documents, and the material to exist in an edited version when the charging is completed. To be translated, applicants must be registered of the site Scientix. Educational material will be used only for education, and the translated must be requested by many users. Um, all these resources, we find them very interesting in our project. We developed in our school an Erasmus project, Energy for Life, between 2016-2019. And starting with this project, we have to learn a lot about STEM, because the project is between Spain, Italy, France, Poland, Greece, Croatia, and Romania. This methodology is very good implemented in the west part of Europe. So, in Romania, we have to learn a lot about STEM, and we have to read a lot. The project aims is to develop literacy and scientific methodology using STEM, awareness of the vital importance of natural elements and natural energy to our lives, and induce awareness of environmental impacts and how countries use their natural resources. Develop valuable skills such as generating and testing ideas, scientific investigation, evidence collection, exploitation, development of possible solutions, and assess processes and results, and improving scientific skills. This project is also developing on eTwinning, because from here we start. We start from a small project, from eTwinning, between all partners that we are today, and we grow up slowly, and we decide and we have courage to apply for an Erasmus. Here on the platform eTwinning, we have all materials. The portal is public, so the parents, the community can explore it, can see all the activity that we and our partners upload on the platform, and they come with idea, and they are very enthusiastic in our school since we start this project. Starting from this year, we decide to say yes to STEM. This is the slogan for this school year. We decide to learn more and more about STEM. STEM education is a priority of the current international and includes a curriculum based on the idea of educating students using four different disciplines: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM subjects are taught integrated, interdisciplinary, using the experience of students and the reality. We always start from the reality. Also, one of the most effective ways to teach this discipline is project-based learning. In primary education, focuses on introducing courses in STEM model, awareness of STEM field and occupation. This first step provides a basic structure for learning, focuses on solving problems by applying solutions in real life. And now, about all this theoretical information, I want to present you a structure of a STEM plan that we um, find it from our coordinator from Spain. They attend many courses about STEM and share with us the structure of the STEM plan. The plan is starting normally with teacher name, class, the topic, and I choose with my students, 6-year students, the avalanche, and after the curricular aspect, the aims or the objectives. For the beginning, we have 4 stages. First, approach to the challenge or problem. The second, topic study. The third, planning and development. And the last one, final review and result. It is very important to decide the number of lessons. The number of lessons depending of the topic. If the topic is more simple, you decide to put less lessons. If your topic that you have to discuss in this STEM plan is more complicated, more complex, you must and you can to put more lessons. But the lesson don't have to have the fixed time, 15 minutes or 16 minutes. You can plan it to have 20, 40, depending of the age of the students. For example, in my situation, being a 6-year student, in the first part, we fix a lesson, debate on the water cycle in nature. For the second, for the topic study, we fix 2 lessons. We discuss about water cycle in nature and we go out and we see and we understand better the water cycle. And the second, the characteristic of snow. And we are fortunate that this year we have snow and we can do the experiment out. The next part is planning and development, and here I fix 4 lessons because I need more time, because they become tired if the lesson was too long, so I divided in small parts, and the final review was just 1 lesson. After I make the plan, I fix the content. For the beginning, we defining the problem, we fix the water properties and understanding the water cycle. And here I form the working groups because it's very important in this kind of project to put students to working groups. After we introduce them into scientific activity, the arrival and the characteristic of snow, we search information on internet. Even they are so small, we use tablets in class. I help them to read some words, to look on internet, on videos, on photos. We go to our school library and we read from encyclopedias, from books. And after we start with a brainstorming about disaster caused by the snow. And this the most common was the avalanche. After we run the activity, we go out and we play with the snow and we build mountains, and in the class we make models and layouts to imitate the avalanche. And the last part, the assessment. We starting from the assumption the main purpose of the activity is to discover when the avalanche is produced, which are the types of avalanche that can occur in Carpathian mountains, what causes an avalanche, which are the damages, and if we can identify how can people keep away from them. And now I want to show you some photos from our activity. In the first part about the science part, we look some educational films, videos from internet about water cycle, about how the snowflakes are formed. After, to understand better, we go out and we feel the snow. and we take the snow in our hands to understand um, what are inside the snow, and their warm hand melt the snow, and they are very happy to understand that the snow was the solid part of the water. And after that, inside the class, we read the story of the water droplet, because it's very important to integrate all this part of STEM activity in all our curriculum. And in the Romanian language, we learned this story. In mathematics, we draw symmetric snowflakes. And for IT part, for technology, we use an augmented reality apps from Chromeville Science. It is a free app from Google Play, and we download it on phones and tablets. And here we find exactly the water cycle. And in the next part here, when we go out and using Magnifier, students analyze the snowflakes, the snow. We build small mountains, and after we add houses, peoples, trees, animals, to understand better which are the disasters provoked by an avalanche. And in the last part, into the classroom, we built sloping plans, and using flour, sugar, salt, and depending the inclination of the plan, they understand that the snow go down in different stages. Another STEM plan is about earthquake. For the beginning, students learn about internal structure of the earth, use plasticine, and make drawings. They searching information on tablets and on internet, and using some gelatin, a solution made with gelatin and colorants. They feel the earthquake. In the second part, using slime, this is a great way of playing with students, the slime, and marshmallow. They understand better how earthquake can be in reality. They use also for volcans and earthquake another um, apps, named Quiver Vision. Here they downloaded a drawing, a worksheet. They draw it, and after that, using these apps, the vulcan put out um, the stones, the smoke, and the students understand very well now how a volcan and an earthquake can be in reality. And they like a lot the second part, when they build a seismograph and understand very well how the earth is moving. This is just a small part from our natural disaster that we study in our school, because the other classes study about forest fire, volcanoes, hot and cold wind, tornado, landslide, beach erosion, floods, and drought. All these topics was studied using STEM. I can tell you that for our teacher was very difficult at the beginning to integrate all these um, disciplines. science, technology, engineering, and math. But after they do it with their students, they understand that the students was very happy, and they understand very well now after they see in reality, and they are active involved in all this project. And we next month, together all teachers from our school, we develop STEM activities in STEM Discovery Week, beginning from 23 to 29 of April, to show to our parents, to community, how great we are, and to show them to our colleagues, teachers from our school, the benefits of STEM projects. This is
Thank you very much, Adriana. I will upload my presentation. Please can you tell me if you can hear me?
Thank you very much for attending. And Christina?
Okay.
You can continue.
I will start my presentation with an eTwinning project. Sorry, I revealed the final slide.
Yes, Christina.
Just a moment. Okay, this is better. Hello everybody, my name is Cristina Nicolaiță and I am a physics and IT teacher in Gheorghe Magheru School, Caracal, Romania. I am also a scientist and eTwinning ambassador. The STEM Club project is a project I want you to know because it is a very interesting and rewarding project both for us but also for our students. It is an international project designed for students from 6 to 11 years old, for primary students. I will put the link to the project. Just a moment. Okay, I put the link to the project Twin Space in the chat. So we had partners from United Kingdom, Italy, Ireland, Spain, Poland, Romania, Portugal, and Turkey. The project was designed by two great coordinators that were Esen from Turkey and Maria from Poland. And we had a great activity each month. It was a project for an introductory level in STEM activities, starting with coding, joining European Robotic Week, using also augmented reality, but also creating an experiment bank and fostering the use of technology in the classroom. The first challenge, the first activity was the fall challenge, where smaller students were very creative using leaves. You have here two examples from their work, but the older students used in a different way the leaves they collected. They measured them, weighted, measured their surface. They use them in physics lessons. The next activity was the Code Week. We did some activities using code.org, where we find a lot of courses and challenges for our students. I will also put some links for you. But I am sure a lot of you joined that activity. Okay. These are the two activities we did for the coding challenge, and you can see on the faces of my students the joy they had using doing these activities. It was one of their favorite activity. The next one, plant a seed and watch it grow. In all classes from this project, we planted seeds, wheat, beans, and every student kept a journal watching the seeds growing and transforming into plants. The next activities, space activities, were also one of our students' favorite. We performed the Eratosthene experiment, which was in this spring, but unfortunately this time we had snow, we had clouds, and we couldn't do it. But last year, as you can see, we took our class mascot to help us to measure the shadow. And another activity was for World Space Week. We did a treasure hunt from the space, searching for the 7 wonders of the world for older students, and the younger one just searched for their way to school, from their house to their school, seen from the space using Google Maps. Also in space activities, we participated in Space Scoop and ExoMars competitions. These were also very rewarding for our students. The first activity, the first competition, was the space comic, and this particular one won the first prize in Romania, and the second one is a runner-up in the competition run by ESA Kids. I will put all the links for you in the chat so you can access them and use them in your lesson, in your STEM lesson. There are great resources for our STEM lessons. Augmented reality, also we use Kiver, as Adriana said in her presentation, but also Aurasma. And the last part of our STEM project was creating an experiments bank. All of the school included in the project shared an experiment with the with pictures, with videos, with instructions, and we created a common Padlet that can be accessed, and everybody can be inspired by our experiment bank. And inside the project, we, the teachers, also created a tool bank, a Web 2.0 bank to create our materials and to make the presentations more attractive. I also put the links in the chat. Our project was disseminated in EGU Gift meeting in Vienna last year, General Assembly of the European Geosciences Union, and it was wonderful to see and to be seen by teachers from all over the world this time. It was an international symposium. And of course, this project, thank you, Maria, this project, it is indeed very interesting, and it was awarded with the first prize in eTwinning national contest. I am here with my dear colleague, Florentina Păduraru. If she is in the chat, in the video conference, I salute her. Please write in the chat if you are here. I know she registered for it. Please, you are very welcome to access all the links and to get inspiration from our final results of the project. This was my first presentation. Please, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I will stop sharing this one. And of course, if you don't hear me very well or any problem, please write. Okay, the next one. If you teach Romanian language, STEM, as you know, means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So you can use texts with from science to work in language lessons, but you cannot teach them, unfortunately. My next presentation, of course, is from the back to the front, because, okay. My next presentation is called Say Yes to STEM, because this is the name of the last campaign from Scientix, the Community for Science Education in Europe. It is, as Adriana said before, between 23 and the 29th of April, and you can join too, because projects, organizations, companies, universities, and schools are celebrating science and, of course, science-related jobs and women in science. This is one of the themes of the campaign. This campaign is developed in cooperation with the STEM Alliance, Ingenious Education and Industry. You also have the link on the presentation, which is on community of companies, of stakeholders in industry that want to promote science, technology, engineering, and math education and career to young Europeans because there is an anticipated future skill gaps within the European Union, the need for STEM careers, for people prepared for STEM careers, is increasing. This is not the first STEM related campaign. Each year, STEM Alliance carries out major campaigns to raise this awareness about STEM education. And one of them is every year the STEM Discovery Week, where teachers are invited to participate in international competitions like this one, like this year one, which is called Say Yes to STEM. Why am I talking about that? Because I was involved every year in this campaign, and maybe you can spot me in this picture. This is the poster from the high-level conference, Skilling Up the Next Generation for an Innovative Europe Together, which took place on 24 November 2016. And you can see the 12 winners, all women, and I am among them. It was a wonderful experience for me, and this is why I encourage you to participate in the contest and to take part in such great activities. It is an opportunity for every STEM teacher. Other competitions, other campaigns, All STEM All Stars, STEM Discovery Week 2017, Back to School campaign. Each campaign was more successful than the next one. How can you participate to this activity? First of all, you can support this activity by adding to your Facebook picture, profile picture, a Twibbon. You can find it here. I put the link in the chat. And you can organize an activity during this STEM week and register it on the map, of activities. Oh, sorry. On that poster there was another participant, Lydia, my colleague. I salute you, dear. I will go back. Lydia and me are both together here. Do you remember? Of course. Okay. Thank you for your attention. If you need any help in registering for that campaign for Say Yes to STEM, you are very welcome. We are waiting for your question in chat, or you can find us on eTwinning platform, on Facebook, on Twitter, where we are very active. And let me thank you very much for your participation to our video conference. And still a few minutes we will wait for your questions. Thank you.
I want to thank you too for being with us today. I'm very happy to be here with Christina, and I have to recognize that I learn a lot from her.
You are too kind. Thank you again.
An example.
I have watched the chat. I have seen only one question, and I think I answered it.
Thank you very much.
If everybody has another question, this is your last chance to put it. And if not, have a great evening. And don't forget to support Say Yes to STEM campaign and to register your activity to be among the winners of that competition. Good luck, everybody, and see you soon.